Well, hello and welcome to my shop here today. I'm going to be working away on this Grundig radio, and what I'm going to focus on today is investigating what's going on with the shortwave band. My somewhat preliminary sort of broad investigation in the last video kind of suggests that the shortwave band in this radio just isn't picking things up when it should be able to, and I want to explore that a little more. Because essentially the rest of the radio seems to work really well. FM, the broadcast band reception, and the like. So that's what I'm going to do. And the way I'm going to do this, what I tried in the last video was using an external antenna. It's still connected here. That's a really strong antenna. That's a strong signal from that antenna. Couldn't pick anything up. Brought another radio in to try to identify if there really are shortwave stations to receive, because occasionally conditions can be so bad that there's actually nothing out there to receive. But that was not the case. The other radio easily received some shortwave stations. So the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to use my signal generator there, and we're just going to provide the radio with a signal. I can control its strength, and I can make it stupidly strong. And if it can't pick up a stupidly strong signal, and then we can be pretty sure there's something quite wrong with the radio. I'm guessing at this point the issue is bad alignment. In fact, let's start right off with trying to pick up some shortwave, because the other possibility is I'm unfamiliar with the radio and I've simply made an operating error in how I'm trying to make it operate. So let's start with the antenna and power. 9 volts, there we go. Now, a typical place to find a station up on this band is 15140. So let's just go right there. Wow, this thing can go a long distance. It's actually a hard radio to tune because of its tuning system is designed to make it easy. I don't know how many times I find the automated things that are intended to make things easier for us make them harder. 15140. I certainly don't hear anything. Let's just move the pre-selector around a bit. Sounds like it's a little off. It's a little odd that this on-off switch is seems to be changing the tuning a wee bit too. Changing the volume a bit. Yeah, it's a little off. So this thing is automatically finding a spot close to where it should be, but not dead on. And I suspect that's the way this radio worked all the time. You let it auto-tune this, and then you refine it a little bit with the control on the front, which would be fun if you like listening to shortwave. It's all about twiddling the knobs, right? So let's just go further up through the band and see what we can find. What happened that it got so quiet suddenly? So that's another thing I picked up, is that there seems to be an intermittent situation. The radio's flipping between working apparently well and apparently less well. Something different is going on, and I have no idea why that is. So maybe we'll figure that out while I fiddle around. And those chunky sounds, which I think is the motor starting up to drive this pointer. So I think, I'll take that back. Okay. Motor's off, so any chunky sounds can't be from the motor being triggered. Weird things going on. Is it this? Is it this switch itself? So I saw it retune there, and that's why the sound went down. But no, I don't think the switch is doing it. It often seems like I'm bumping something with my hand and the thing changes, but the other thing I'm doing most of the time with my hand over here is I'm dialing this around. Well, there, it's gone quiet again. Why in heaven's name? Like, this is a digital system. This is controlling, numbers in a computer memory somewhere. How that would affect the volume is a little hard to understand. Something mechanical that's happening when I turn this in the back of the radio. I'm not touching it with my hand up here. Let's take a shot at that. I'm going to turn this up a little bit so we can hear the variation. So what we're looking at is this apparatus here. And let me turn it up even higher. Okay. Well, nothing seems to do anything. Well, okay, it's going to have to remain just we don't know what's happening there. Okay, so let's see if we can't fire a strong signal at 277 at this radio. Take off the external antenna, so that that sound we're listening to is coming through the radio for sure. I'm going to connect the antenna first with just one lead, not the ground. Interestingly enough, it sounds like as good an antenna as the last one. I'm going to raise this up to 15 megahertz here, where it is. So I set this at that signal strength should be received by this radio without a doubt. Let's see what happens. $15.2 something. $15.2. $15.2. Well, there's something odd about this. So that's a moderate signal. This is, I'm going to put it at 1,000 hertz there. I'm bumping the power wire. So you never know what it is. So this wire, this cable, goes up to this radio up here, which is not on, or it's just sitting there. And all that was happening was I was bumping the fringe of this against the chassis there. And nothing to do with the radio whatsoever. So pretty sure the old radio up here probably has 50 volts on its chassis. And I'm grounding it when I'm touching it here. And that's probably what noises. So nothing to do with the radio. Okay, onwards. Holy smokes. Onwards here. Where are we? Yeah. Now why isn't this just a nice clear tone? You can hear the tone in amongst all this hiss. Not enough signal coming to the radio. I don't believe it, but I'm going to boost this factor of 10. Okay, so the tone got a little louder. Now it's distinct. You can really hear the 1000. Alright. But the hiss, the loud hiss, I think it's all misalignment. That means a really strong shortwave station should be receivable. And the strongest station that I know of is 9.330 if it's on the air. Sometimes it is so blazingly strong here at my house, it overloads all the radios that I have that have transistorized inputs. And it's a blazingly strong signal. Well, let's go see if it's there. 9330. Well, it won't be here like this. If it exists, and this is not maybe the right time of day, it would be here. Oh my gosh. So things are misaligned. Oh, this isn't correct. Okay, that's what it is. So let me automatically get it there.
Me too. Jesus very clearly
there it is.
for us.
How do you like that?
This is referring to the Jewish leaders to whom the oracles of God came. They're called gods. And then Jesus makes a all the more so argument.
Okay, so that's a really good sign.
Moses was even called God. God said, I'm making you a god to Pharaoh. Right?
I believe this signal for this station should be pushing this needle right over to the top. It's hard for me to tell. I'm not in a position to compare this with anything. As I bring another radio in here, and even that's not going to be. It's not going to be enlightening. So what have we found out here? Let's tune this by hand. I'm watching this meter very carefully as I try to turn the fine-tuning very steadily. Let's start here. Fine-tuning? I shouldn't call it that. Pre-selector tuning. So what I saw that needle do is kind of go up, come, as I tune through it, go down, go back up, and then go out. I think it's only supposed to come up once and go down. I don't think it's supposed to come up twice. So is that another suggestion that there's alignment issues in this radio? We can assume that when it says 9.330 here, the local oscillator is set through digital electronics to exactly the right frequency. Then we can make a further assumption that if I'm tuning in this station correctly, that the IF must be tuned properly too, at whatever it's supposed to be, 455 or whatever it is. And this is a dual conversion radio, I think. So it actually, and when you're tuning the short, especially the higher short wave bands, you have a dual conversion in place. You know what? It's the short wave band that only has dual conversion, unless I'm mistaken. That means, is there something about the dual conversion part of the radio, then you would only find that out on the short wave band. It's another hint that there's an alignment problem here. So what would I do? I'm not going to go after defective parts. That doesn't make any sense at all. Really, the only thing left for me to fiddle with is the alignment, I think. Now, this is at the bottom of this shortwave band. I'm going to tune up through it and just see if there's anything else up there. Pre-selector. I'm looking carefully at every time I hit the a 10 here, a 10, I'm listening, right there. Pre-selector. Nobody else. So I think there's a carrier here. Pre-selector. Nothing. Wow, tunes fast when you least expect it. Of course, I got my hands on this little shaft instead of the big knob.
My food is to do the will of him who sent me.
Pre-selector.
I can do nothing on my own initiative. The words that I speak,
Manual.
I'm speaking just as he commanded me.
Just off
the
a touch.
words that I do because of the Father who dwells within me. I mean, over and over and over, Jesus is saying, look guys, it's not me. It's not me, it's him, it's God. He's awesome. I'm doing what he told me to do.
Alright, well, yeah, okay. Not to comment on the program material we're listening to. Well, I think the conclusion is this radio needs some kind of alignment attention. Maybe what I'll do for some fun is I'll try ramming the IF frequency into the radio and we'll see what's up. Now, if it's dual conversion, this won't work unless I go for the higher IF frequency. And I don't know what it is offhand. I have to take a wild guess. 10.7, but that's just a wild guess. No reason to know that that's it. Let's put the signal generator on. This time I think I'm going to try to connect this ground here. I'm just going to pick a metal part. Pick a metal can here. Assumption that this metal can is the ground. Let's listen to this. Well, it doesn't seem to be helping the situation any, so. There's an antenna input here, and there's these two. This is probably FM, I'm not sure. We'll stick with the whip antenna though. Let's just stick with it that way. So I'm going to tune this off of this signal. And now we're going to try and hit the IF frequency with this. We'll go for 455 first and see what happens. A good chance of nothing at all. I'm going to boost this signal. Okay, what do you hear? Nada. Oh. Nothing whatsoever. Let's go higher. Hit it. Okay, not a thing. Down. I will put this ground on now. There's an even better spot to clip it in here. Wait a minute. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Okay, a little more power. 455, will the radio react? Turn it up. Because if it does react, it's going to be pretty mild. Okay, 10 times power, 10 times more. Wow, it's just zero reaction. Okay, so if the dual conversion, then there's another IF frequency, and I don't know what it is offhand. I'm taking a wild guess here, 10.7. I think I have other radios that do that. Now 10.7 is usually the IF that you find being used for FM purposes. Well, let's give it a try. I'm just giving it a shot here. Give it a shot. I hear nothing. Same. Very, very same. Nothing. Something. You know what? You know what? Come to think of it, it's not 10.7. In my other radio, the dual conversion, I'm thinking of this old Hammerland I have, is a 455, and the other frequency I think was 3.55 or something like that. And this thing just jumped as I went past that. Let me cut this back. Don't jump around now. So 939193. So it's just being received. So this is failing. I'm not getting anywhere here. I'm not discovering the IF or anything at all. So I think maybe really what I need to do here is I need to review the proper alignment instructions. Start getting familiar with the myriad of holes that are up in the top of this can here. Oh my gosh, look at them all. And prepare myself for doing a proper alignment verification, at least a verification on the short wave band. Leave everything else alone on this radio and think some more about fixing this. I have some ideas for doing this. I have some materials at home I think I can use to do that. So I think that's going to be it for my video today. A little short. Okay though. We're making a little bit of progress here. Discovered the shortwave band does work. It's just really hard of hearing. Great, thanks a lot for watching, and I hope you enjoy your day.